Welcome. Welcome to Diva's 2 Cents, where we take complicated matters, simplify them for the masses, and fuel your aspirations. I'm your host, Diva Mejias, and I'm thrilled to introduce you today to a remarkable individual who has posed to transform your outlook on success. His name is Daniel Gomez. Now, Daniel is an award-winning keynote speaker, an elite business coach, a best-selling author. His journey is nothing short of inspirational, and his insights are guaranteed to propel you towards greatness. More importantly, Daniel is not just another speaker. He's a trailblazer in leadership and professional growth. His bestseller, The Makings of a Millionaire Mind, will unlock sustainable strategies for financial success that will reshape your future. So please join me in welcoming Coach Daniel Gomez.
Diva, what an honor to be here with you. I'm excited. I'll tell you what, it's been an amazing week, and I'm full of energy. I'm full of life for your audience today. So thank you for having me on Diva's 2 Cents.
That's right. I'm so happy. And more importantly, I am so happy that I'm honored that you have agreed to be on this show, because a lot of people are asking me about what is this, the makings of a millionaire. For goodness sakes, the term alone is enough to make you want to just jump and reach out and touch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, the thing is this, is that in your road to success, there's so much adversity, and even getting on, right? I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee. My podcast wasn't working. My phone wasn't working. The computer didn't want to start. And that's the makings of a millionaire mind. Can you keep your composure under stress? Can you keep your composure under adversity? And I'm just here to add a lot of value. And, the fact of just being here with you, there people are asking, who's Daniel Gomez, right? Well, Daniel Gomez is I'm a person who loves to add value to people. And I believe, Diva, that everybody has a better life inside of them. Everybody has a better business inside of them. And what I love to do with the makings of a millionaire mind is bring out that life. I abstract that greatness, that next level of thinking that most people don't realize they have, Diva.
Unbelievable. Well, right now we've got a lot of folks here that are going to be looking and viewing this, whether you're viewing it live or you're viewing it in the replay. But I know that some of them are refining their business strategies. They're not just seeking inspiration, Daniel. They're really trying to meet those challenges. So what would you say would be the gateway to transformative growth in an individual?
Transformative growth is this. You have to give yourself new experiences. So many people say, I know. But if they really knew, they would already be doing it. And for me, in my transformative growth, there's always a point in my season in the year that I always work on Daniel, right? You have to work on Daniel. And what I mean by that is you have to work on you. So many people think they can do it by themselves. And the best thing that I ever did, Diva, was I hired 2 coaches right away when I started in business, because I needed to learn what I didn't know. Daniel didn't know what he didn't know. And so many of us, we try to do it by ourselves, so the learning curve is so long and low that if you hire a coach, right, your learning curve is like a hockey stick. It goes up like that. And we built the business that we did because of the coaches that I surrounded myself. Right now, I'm here actually being a student, and I love it because there's another level of thinking. I'm in here with people that earn 9 figures, right? Imagine that, $100 million a year. And there's a billionaire that we're here with too. And just the language that they use is next level. So I encourage everyone who's watching this, you need to hire a coach at some point, and the sooner the better. And most people say this, Diva, I can't afford to have a coach. Well, guess what? You can't afford not to have a coach.
That's right. No, you're absolutely right. So let's say, for example, if someone is watching and they say, well, gee, a millionaire mind, what steps do I have to take to even start thinking that way? Because we have limiting beliefs,
Yes.
I was born very poor, so I had a scarcity mindset for a very, very long time. But I didn't know I had a scarcity mindset. So for those of you out there, what would they need? What kind of steps do they have to take, Daniel, in order to start opening up that mindset?
Well, I think you have to write this down. I want you to write these 4 things down. You have to open up yourself to the new, right? And the new things are this. You need to listen to new. You need to watch the new. You need to read the new. And you need to surround yourself with the new. Let me say it again. Listen to the new. What's new that I need to listen to? What audiobook can I listen to? What new podcast can I listen to? What can I see that's new? What book can I read? What can I learn? What can I watch on YouTube that's going to add value to me? Third, right? And who are you hanging around with, right? If you keep associating and hanging out with broke people, you're going to be the sixth broke person. But if you hang around with 5 successful people, sooner or later you're going to be the sixth one. And then the next thing is it's like that old adage that says this: show me your friends and I'll show you my future. Mm-hmm. And me and you met, right? Me and you met because we made a decision to raise our energy, raise our expectations, and that's how we connected. But so many people, they hold on to the old version, right? The old identity. So I'll sum it up with this. You have to give yourself a new identity, because the old identity that you're living in, that you're operating in on a daily basis, it's not going to get you to that millionaire life that you want. It's not going to get you to that next level of business. And maybe somebody's watching saying, Daniel, well, I don't want to be a millionaire. Great. But what if your business could generate another $250,000 in revenue? Wouldn't that make a difference and relieve the stress in you paying your grocery bills, paying your gas, paying for the mortgage of your home? So money, this is a thing that people won't, this is where they mess up. They say money's not important. But you know, the truth is this: money is an enabler. Money enables us to help people. Money enables us to take care of our family. And money enables us to give back and help people that need our help. So you got to figure out, what am I listening to? What am I watching? Who am I hanging around with? And those things will make a big difference.
Absolutely. I strongly believe it. And, you know, I hear a lot, because I'm in the money world, so to speak. I hear a lot that money is the root of all evils. And it really isn't. It's the love of money. Because money, to me, when I hear that someone has money, or they receive money, right? Money only brings out the more of who you are. So if you're generous, you're going to be more generous. If you're really stingy, you're going to hold on to that money and not want to give it away. So money is not it is not an issue. So for those of you that have been grown up with that scarcity mindset, money wasn't grown on trees, I'm going to hold on to it. The more you give, the more you receive. I strongly, strongly believe that, because for every dollar I've ever given anyone, I've always gotten 2 and 3 and maybe 10-fold back. So that's my little 2 cents on that. But for the folks out there that own businesses, you're right. They can't, they say, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. You're right. You cannot afford not to look at who you are. You need to know what your numbers are and what story those numbers are telling you. And then not be so proudful that you can't go out and find someone like Daniel that will help you. Right now, I know exactly where he's at, because he's at one of my coaches' lodges, if I'm not mistaken. So, but you've got to go out and look. You've got to go out and look, right?
Yeah, well, to kind of extend what we were talking about is the language of what you used to speak, or what you're speaking right now. Your language has to change. Write this down, ladies and gentlemen. Change your language, change your results. Change your language, you change the outcome. When you change your language, you change the results you're getting in your life. When you change your language, you change the outcomes. A great example, I was here with one of the guests brought their daughters with them, young, successful, 18-year-old young lady, and she was saying, man, I hate to spend money. I said, why do you say that? She goes, well, I just hate to spend money, right? I want to save. I said, well, the truth is this: is that what if you change the small thinking in your thought process? Instead of saying I hate to spend money, what about I love circulating money? Because what you circulate comes back to you, right?
Right.
What you circulate comes back to you.
Exactly.
And she's like, wow, that was genius. But the thing is, it's a different language, right? She changed her language from I hate to spend money, which is a scarcity mindset, to saying I love circulating money. Because what you circulate eventually will come back to you. And I always say this, write this down, ladies and gentlemen. What I spend comes back to me times 10. What I spend comes back to me times 10. So when you change your language, ladies and gentlemen, you change the results, right? You go from a poverty language to that millionaire language, and I promise you, this is the mistake that people make, Diva, is they expect an instantaneous result from one day to the next. And it's not going to happen, right? You got to be consistent in the new language and notice, what am I saying every day? Are you saying I'm not good enough? I'm not pretty enough? I can't afford it, right? That's too expensive. Well, the more we continue to say that, then that's the result we're going to get. But when you ask yourself, or when you say the language of, you know what, I can't afford that dream house. I can't afford that new car. I can't afford to take my family on vacation. I can't afford to go and hire that coach. Everything changes, because eventually, guess what? You start to believe it, and once you start to believe it, now you start attracting it. Because most of us, this is what we do. We chase the wrong things, so we never attract what we want. So when you stop chasing, right? Stop chasing, ladies and gentlemen, and you start attracting.
No, you're absolutely right. And you know, it's funny because I told that to someone once. I mentioned to them, they said they couldn't afford to buy something. And I said, well, why are you focusing on how you can't afford it versus focusing on visualizing you wearing that thing that they wanted? And once they focused on changing that mindset, they realized they really felt good if they had it. And then they were thinking on, how can I get it? Who can help me get it? Right?
Yeah.
So it's just a different way of thinking.
Well, the truth is, we're not, as a child, they never teach us to think for ourselves. As a child, they never say, Daniel, Diva, think for yourself. They tell us this in school. Sit down, be quiet, don't talk, fly under the radar, right? They tell us all these things. Don't be bragging, stop showing off. So what they really teach us is they lower our expectations, so we get out to the real world after 12 years of being told this in high school, middle school, and junior high, all these different grade levels, and we never let our light shine, and we live in this environment, this world that is not a reality, right? We believe what we believe because we've been taught it, but the truth is, half the things that we believe as truth, they're not even reality, it's a lie.
Ah, that's true. That's true. Now, did you go through that whole transformation when you decided to write the book? I mean, did you have to kind of step outside yourself in order to come up with all these concepts?
Well, the thing is, I really just invested in Daniel Gomez. I invested in myself first of all, as a person. And as I invested in myself as a person, then I started investing more and more in myself as a business owner. And it takes work, right? I can remember one day, Diva, getting home, to be all transparent. I felt like an imposter. Mm-hmm. And if you've never gone through imposter syndrome is a real thing. Mm-hmm. And I got home, I was antsy, I felt frustrated for like 2 or 3 days. Nothing was wrong, right? We had money in the bank, we were doing good in business, but there was still this unsettledness. And there's a process. I want you to listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. There's a process when you go from the caterpillar to the butterfly. Let me say it again. When you go from the caterpillar to the butterfly, you're going to be in the cocoon. You're going to be in that metamorphosis stage for a while. Mm-hmm. And that's where imposter syndrome comes in. And most people, Diva, run back to what they're familiar with. Mm-hmm. And they never become the butterfly that they were born to fly. Mm-hmm. And then in that moment, they self-sabotage themselves because they say, I can never do that. And they're almost there. They're almost out of the cocoon. But instead of going through the whole metamorphosis stage and becoming that butterfly, they crawl back. They crawl back to that caterpillar of who they were. And they say, I told you it wasn't going to work. And me, in that moment, I cried. I broke some wine glasses. And eventually I became that butterfly. And now I'm flying with you.
Well, you know, the thing about being in the cocoon is it hurts. For those of you that are listening, okay, it hurts. Everyone goes through that. When you go through that change, and I have to admit, not only do you transform yourself, but also those around you. So even your family, you have some naysayers that are going to say like, whoa, who are you? Who do you think you are? And look at you, and yada, yada, yada. And before you know it, it starts creating doubt. So you've got to look beyond that, right, Daniel?
Well, there's two things that happen when Diva started being successful. There's two things that happen. People either cheer Diva on, or and those are the people you inspire. They go, Diva, you can do it.
Yeah.
But when you started going to the next level, the other set of people said this: you're reminding them, Diva, of what they want to be doing or they should be doing, and they never did it. So instead of celebrating you, right, because of their own insecurities and the action they're not taking, they start becoming cynical and say stuff like this: it must be nice to have a new house. It must be nice to have a new car. Yeah, it's nice. I've cried my way here. I've gone through the pain. Like, yeah, it is nice. It wasn't easy, but now that I'm here, it's nice. And the truth is this: I'm going through some more stuff right now because now God's promoting us to the next level of business, and it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I could be complacent, Diva, and say, well, I'm going to stay here. We have a great business where it is, but the truth is this: is that if I can grow and help more people, why wouldn't I? And I'll admit I did get comfort, right? Because the thing is this: nothing's going to kill your dreams and business, right? But getting comfortable will definitely do that to you.
Ooh.
So being comfortable will definitely make you complacent, and then you get lazy, Diva.
Mm. So that's true. That's true. I mean, I see a lot of business owners that, they want to get to that. They want to hit that 6-figure. They want to hit that. And then when they get there, they're like, okay, I don't have to do anything else. Not realizing that everything you can lose everything in a blink of an eye. We've had tornadoes in Nebraska where houses have been flattened. In the blink of an eye, you can lose everything. So if you wake up hungry every day, like Coach says, right? You wake up hungry every day. It all starts new, right? It all ends at midnight and you start all over again. You tend to look at things differently. And I know that this morning, I think, or this afternoon, you had a little Facebook Live where you said, change the way you look at things and the things you look at will change. That is so true. For those of you out there that are thinking that being a millionaire is so far away, that just take it step by step. You don't have to be a millionaire tomorrow. You could just increase and be a better you and better at what you do, better than the next person, and increase little by little. And then when you look back, you go, wow, I may not be where I want to be, but I'm sure not where I was. Is that true?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we're accustomed to our own point of view, right? Our own point of view of how we see things right here is we think the world is like that for everyone, and it's not. And the moment that I started opening my eyes to a millionaire's point of view, when I opened my point of view and it widened, right, I was like, man, this has been here this whole time. You just don't see it because your point of view, your perspective is so small and lack in poverty that you don't see the bigger picture. Mm-hmm. And for me, it was like, wow, right? Because the thing is this, is when your thinking changes, right? And this is what I talk about in my book, The Makings of a Millionaire Mind, is that you start thinking like a millionaire and then you become one. You don't become a millionaire and then you start thinking. It doesn't work that way. How do I know? Look at lottery winners. Lottery winners, they win $3 million, even $1 million. It's more money than they've ever had. And why do they do that? Because this is a big thing about what I'm going to say. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Most people feel guilty because they don't believe they're worthy and deserving, Diva, of being a millionaire. And because they don't believe they're deserving and worthy, that's why you see over 90% of lottery winners, they're worse off in 3 years or so because they didn't believe they were worthy and deserving of it, and they don't have the mental capacity to receive those bigger numbers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for the audience, give me one or two things that millionaires do that the common individual does not do.
So a simple hack that you can do. I'm going to give you one today.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to give you two that everybody can do. Stop looking at the price of gas. We need gas. You got to go to work. Stop looking whether your gas is at $3.20. If it's $3.39, just stop driving, right? Value your time more. Stop spending 30 minutes trying to save 5 cents on gas. If you need gas, just put gas, make a decision, get over with it. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. Let me say it again. The more you do it, the easier it gets. So stop driving all over town trying to save 2 or 3 pennies for gas. It's not worth it. Your time is more valuable. The second thing you can do is when you go to lunch, buy what you want to eat for freaking sake. Say it again. Buy what you want to eat. Stop buying the lunch special. Why do you want to buy the lunch special? Half the time you order the lunch special, you don't even enjoy it. Eat what you want. What if it was your last meal and you were, right? This is the truth. If you look at the menu on the right, the specials are always usually on the left hand side, and it's $9.99, $7.99, whatever it is. Most people, if it goes over that $10 mark for lunch specials, they won't get that hamburger or whatever it is for $10.99. They'll go with the $9.99 version because they don't like it, right? Even if they don't like it, they'll buy it because it's for $1 cheaper. Maria, BC Clark, you're worth that extra dollar. You're worth that extra dollar, right? So spend, right? Spend that money. It doesn't matter if it's left to right or right to left. My point is this: eat what you want. Eat what you want. That's
true,
my point.
that's true.
Right?
Oh my God, you're so real. Well, you know what? Today could be your last day. You never know. I'm a tax advisor, and I actually did a tax return a couple of days ago for a 92-year-old that's in a nursing home, and the conservator needed to get her affairs in order because they're going to sell everything she has because she's got dementia. Now, think about this. This lady has millions. I think her interest was she was receiving interest to the tune of about $92,000 a year. All the years. And then I was thinking, as I was doing that tax return, I was thinking, how many times did that young lady not eat something, not buy something because she didn't want to spend the dollar? And now this place, this facility they're putting her in, is going to eat it all up.
Yeah.
So you're right. You're right.
This is the truth. When I really started thinking bigger, I realized, Diva, I'm not going to live forever. The fact is, everybody watching this live broadcast, it's an amazing show, Diva's 2 cents, you're going to die.
Yeah.
You're going to die, right? I'm going to die. Diva's going to die. Guadalupe, you're going to die. We're all going to die, Maria. And imagine we go through our whole life saving a cent, and we never experience the life that God meant for us to live, to be a giver, to help people, right? So I'm going to give you a strategy, is this. For every dollar you get, for every dollar you make, you give the first dime to God, you give a dime to charity, and then with the second dime, you pay yourself. And you pay yourself, but you never spend that money. No, it's not your I don't believe in emergency funds. In my book, The Makings of a Millionaire Mind, I call it your freedom account. It's your freedom fund. Because you need to have freedom, right? I'm in Nashville right now because I have the liberty to fly whenever I want, wherever I want, with whoever I want. Because I built that over the years. So A, give your first dime to God or to a charity. Second, pay yourself. And then third, invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. That third dime, invest 10% of what you make into you. And if you do those things, and right, then the other part of it, if you live under your means, I lived under my means for many, many years, and that's why I'm able to do what I did. Right? I was able to save, get compound interest. I've invested in my business over and over. But many people, right, they start getting a little bit of success, Diva. They make $5,000 a month, just to say, or even $10,000 a month, and then they're spending $7,000, $8,000, $12,000 a month when they don't have it. And then they wonder why. How am I broke? No, first dime to God, second dime, pay yourself to your freedom account. Third, invest in yourself. And then the fourth thing is live below your means. And you're going to start seeing man, it compounds pretty quick. And then, right, you got to get away from instant gratification. I think if I've seen one thing, Diva, that really hurts people is they want that instant gratification. They want that McDonald's meal today. They want that microwave result. The microwave result is not going to get you to the life you want. Mm-hmm. But this is the key. If you find the balance, right? Yes, I want you to save a little bit, but the main thing is this, is I want you to experience life on your journey. Because so many times, and this is the next thing I'm going to say, right, is we go on vacation, Diva, and then we don't even enjoy our vacation because we're too worried about what we're spending, that you get into an argument with your wife, you get into an argument with your husband, you get into an argument with your kids, because your kids are like, Dad, well, you're the one that said let's go to the beach, and then your dad, because they.
Uh-oh, you froze. Daniel, you froze. Okay, we'll see if we can get him back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get him back. I see we have some questions in the chat here. Are you back? Can you hear me?
Back.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. You were saying about the beach.
Yeah, we go to the beach and then we don't even enjoy the beach. It's like we get mad at the kids because they're like, I'm hungry, Dad. Well, eat a sandwich. Like, well, Dad, why can't we have a hamburger or whatever? But the point is this: when you go on vacation, please, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your vacation. Stop counting the pennies, because the pennies you're counting is causing the happiness of the memories for your family.
Oh, that is so wonderful. Now, you have a great heart. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell the audience here. First of all, how do they get a hold of you, Daniel B? Because I want to be respectful of your time, but how do people get a hold of you?
Well, don't worry, I got extra time because I know my Zoom wasn't working good, but they can follow me on social media, on Instagram or on Facebook, Daniel Gomez Inspires.com. That's Daniel Gomez Inspires.com is my handle. But this is what I want to do for your audience. Everybody here on Divas 2 Cents, I want you to send me an email at daniel@danielgomezspeaker.com. That's daniel@danielgomezspeaker.com. And I'm going to give you a complimentary Millionaire 30-minute session, my gift to your audience. That's
wow.
Email this on the subject line. Email this on the subject line. Divas 2 Cents. And I'm going to give you a 30-minute complimentary Millionaire Mind strategy session, my gift to all your viewers. I want to do that for them.
Thank you so much. Oh, guys, hey, by the way, Miss Rich put it in the comments. It's Daniel at danielgomezspeaker.com. So make sure that you take a look at it and you follow up on that. And then I'd be remiss if I didn't tell the audience what a great heart you have. From a philanthropy standpoint, you do support the Mari Foundation?
Yes, we have a foundation called the Mighty Strong Foundation.
Okay.
The whole reason we're in business is in 2017, 7 years ago, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. And God literally brought me to my knees because I didn't realize how many things around me and my family and my children we were just hurting, right? My family was in pain, and right, not in a physical pain outside, but internally, we just had a lot of hurt. And one of the best things that ever happened to our family, and women, please don't get this wrong, because I definitely didn't want to have my wife have breast cancer, but her having breast cancer really changed our lives. And we have a foundation now where we help women with breast cancer. And by the grace of God, my wife is breast cancer free. She's alive and telling me what to do.
She's wonderful too. She's adorable. She's a wonderful person to know. I've met her personally. She's just great. She's a wonderful person. So there you go, guys. Another place that you can send some philanthropy money out there if you can or you want to. That's great that you do that. So you want to give me some?
And I want to say this, right? Is like in every trouble that we go through, in every adversity, every heartache, it was very hard for us, Diva, when we went through the breast cancer. You know, it was almost a 5-year journey with my wife going through her journey of breast cancer. But something magical happens when you don't get negative and you really trust in God. It builds your faith, and it brought our family so much closer together that it's been a huge blessing in disguise. And what hurts me is so many people go through these rough patches, and then they get mad at God, or they get negative about the situation. And the worst thing that can hurt us is, if there's something that's going to kill your dreams, your millionaire dreams, or just anything, is complaining and murmuring is a lower form of energy, and nothing brings you down than complaining. So please, if you take anything from this live that me and Diva did, complaining is a poor mind's mentality, and you are not poor-minded. So stop complaining, stop gossiping, stop murmuring, and I promise you, if you stop those 3 things, you're going to see a huge elevation in the results you're going to get in your life.
Oh my goodness. Okay, do we have anyone want to pose a question here? Let's see. You got any questions? Let's see over here. Daniel, we got some nice things written to you. Read the menu from left to right, not right to left. John Hart, thank you. Absolutely. It depends on mindset. Yes, I don't see any questions for you, Daniel. Amen. Praise God. That's what BC said. Okay. Well, for those of you that watch this on a replay, we'll make sure that we get those questions to Daniel if you send them in. A last word, Daniel? What do you think?
I just want you to know that you can do, have anything you want. Don't allow the opinions of others to keep you at the level you're at right now. So many people will have an opinion of what you're doing. Stop caring. For me, Diva, when I really stopped caring about what people thought about what I was doing, and I just did it because I knew it was the right thing to do, we exploded in 2020 and 2021, and we have our new offices here in 2024. So I want to encourage your audience to truly, I would say that at a surface level, right? At a shallow level. I meant it, but deep down inside, I still cared about what other people thought. But the moment I really said, forget, I don't care what anybody says, everything changed. And I want to encourage your audience to stop caring about what people say, because they're going to talk anyways. So let them talk. Don't stop living your life, your dreams, because of that, because God created you for more. So dream big, that you can live big and give big, because we serve a big God. And I'm rooting for you. And please, if anybody wants to come to our live event, May 24th and 25th, it's going to coming up here in 2 weeks in San Antonio, Texas, Memorial Day weekend. We still got about 6 tickets left, 6 seats. We want to see you in San Antonio, Texas, at the Makings of a Millionaire Mind Bootcamp, a 2-day event where your life's going to transform, because we're going to help you become better human beings, and we're going to give you a better life because you deserve it. And
it's San Antonio?
Yes, ma'am, in San Antonio.
Okay. Well, we'll put that there for everyone to see as well. I think we put all of your links. If I'm not mistaken, Miss Rich, my producer, she put all the links down so that anybody want to get a hold of you, there should be no reason why they cannot.
Yes. No. Thank you for having me, and thank you for everybody who joined us here live, and thank you all of y'all for being here, Maria, John, Matina, and everybody on Facebook. Thank y'all for being here with us. And Diva, again, thank you for allowing me to be an amazing guest on your show.
Thank you.
You're a beautiful host, so thank you again.
Thank you so much, okay? You take care of yourself. God bless you, and I wish a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, okay? And those of you that aren't mothers but have that role of being a mother, so take care.